Welcome back to Crystal and Company. Today we're going to do a breakfast for supper, and it's going to be good. So we're going to start off with the bacon, okay? Today we have old-fashioned bacon, extra thick cut. Oh, it's so good. We're going to do eggs. We're going to line our cookie sheets with parchment paper. If you want to save your pans, go get a roll of parchment paper, because it really does save on your cooking utensils when you're cooking in the oven. So yeah, we're going to do some toast, we're going to do some eggs, a couple different ways, and some extra thick old-fashioned style bacon. We're going to even flavor it with a little bit of hot cheese. So the first thing I'm going to do is line up these pans. Okay, and sometimes the paper goes a little high over your cookie sheet, which is nice. You can keep it up there. But just fold it on the sides, not on the tips, because it keeps the grease on the paper when you're cooking your bacon in the oven. That's great, because what we've done is we've preheated the oven to 400. And we are going to put this old-fashioned bacon into a cookie sheet. There's one that's ready, but we're going to use the large one right now. Okay. I'm going to line this one as well. Line it, and then we're going to do the bacon strip by strip beside each other in the cookie sheet. Once I get a couple of strips of bacon in here, we'll keep that in place. Okay, so we'll get this bacon opened up. It's the bomb. You can't even compare this bacon to the bacon that you're going to buy on a weekly basis at the grocery store. Okay, so we've got some nice thick slices. We're going to put them onto the cookie sheet. First slice, once you've got the first slice on, it holds your paper into the cookie. So what we're going to do is just line them side by side. Then once we've got this cookie sheet all filled, we're going to put it into the oven. We're going to set the timer. We're going to start out with 15 minutes to cook it. And we'll stop in the middle and check it. See how well it's doing. Flip it. Once it's cooked, then we're going to start our eggs and our English muffins and toast. Now the closer you get it to it, because it is going to shrink a little bit, so try to shove it close together. Once it gets cooking, it's going to come apart a little. So remember, when you're working with anything like this, as soon as you're done working with it, to the sink and let's wash. Okay. Now wash your hands good after working with pork. We cleaned the whole kitchen, so we didn't have to sanitize before we started. Okay. Bacon is going in. Top rack, 400. We'll leave it for 15 minutes, check it, and we'll be back. Back to Crystal's Kitchen and Company. Right now, we just took the bacon out. We're going to put a napkin on a plate. And I just take them out, sliding them to the end. Now we cook this bacon, say 25 minutes. You want it to be cooked so it's crispy. Okay. And a pair of tongs would probably be best when you're working with the grease. Me, I always grab the fork. Okay. is great because it just soaks up all the grease. Okay, now we've got this bacon off. We're going to start some eggs, some toast. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so we've got the bacon. It is now sitting on paper towels. We're going to put a little bit of this grease into our pan. Our bacon grease we're going to use. Okay, let's put our other tray of bacon in. There. Okay, so now we've got the frying pan. Put about 2 tablespoons of the bacon grease into your pan. Wrong element. I'm going to turn it on, say, medium-high, just to keep it going. And we're going to do a couple of fried eggs over medium. So we're going to let that heat up. And while that's heating up, I am going to get, actually we'll start with the toast. Today we're going to have sourdough bread. So I'd like to get it all ready, so once I see my eggs coming along, I'll push the bread down and get the toast started. Leave that there. Get this, hold that here. Okay. That is good. I just put my hand over top of the pan just to see how the heat is in the pan. Okay, so now we're going to start with the eggs. Alright, so we're going to do a couple of medium eggs. Some people, when they're doing their eggs, they prefer to have a cup rather than a bowl. And I guess it's just easier for them. So I'll take an egg and I'm going to crack the first one and put it in the cup. No shell, into the pan. Okay, so we're going to do some over mediums. I actually myself find it easier to do it right in the pan. Just grab a sharp corner, crack it, drop it. Okay, so we've got 4 eggs in there cooking. We'll do 5. Let's see. We're going to do a panful. We're going to do 6. Okay. Alright, we've got 6 eggs on cooking. It's on medium-high right now. We're getting it all heated. Okay. I'm going to put a lid on it just to help the cooking process further. Oh, too small. I see it. Yeah, when you put a lid on it, it just helps the top of it, because I'm going to use the bacon grease and cook them. So I'll put that lid on it for a few minutes and let it start to turn white. Then I'll get a spoon and keep the grease on top of them. Now you can notice it now, it's all turning white. Still see the yellow of the eggs. I'll give it a couple more seconds before I go any further. And while that's going, I'm going to push that toast down. And we're going to get this ready so we can have a nice toast. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the eggs. Okay, I'm going to turn it down. Take the lid off. And look at how nice they look. Beautiful. Okay, and I like to just turn it So they're getting even heat. And I think we can flip it. We don't even really have to flip it. I found, well, actually my dad did. He said the bacon grease is really good when you're making them, and I've done it many times. Using the bacon grease to cook the top, just as white as we do the bottom. So I use a spatula in this, and kind of slide it and flip. Okay? If you're good at it, you can do 2 eggs at once. And I try to turn it so you keep the yolk closest to you. Okay, we've got 3 flipped. Okay. And 4. And 5. And 6. Okay, so we've got them all cooking. We'll put the lid back on it. And while the toast is going, we're going to turn this down low because it'll only take a moment. And they'll be done. Okay. Okay, so once you've let your bacon sit, remove the napkins, and we've got some nice strips of bacon. Okay. For now. Okay, and the eggs are finished. Take them off the heat. Let's butter our toast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do one on an Egg McMuffin and one on toast. And we'll do another. This in half. Pop it into the toaster. Get this one buttered. Basil, it's great. We got the basil with avocado. It is great with breakfast. Okay, so we've got our toast done. Set this here. We're gonna put some bacon on the plate, and we're gonna get a couple of eggs out of here. Okay. One. Nice thing is if you use these pans, the egg will slide right out of the pan. Okay. And there we go. Breakfast for supper. And you can add to that. You can put cheese on top of your eggs, let it sit for a minute, salt and pepper to taste. Some people like ketchup. There we go.